Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. Today we're going to be talking Black Panther stuff. Yeah, it's Wednesday, so there's going to be some Black Panther stuff. I'm back on my game, baby. I'm back on the block. I sound like a 70s exploitation flick. Anyway. Before we get off into today's tirade, maybe it won't be a tirade. Who knows? I need y'all to do the usual. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to the page. Now, I want to do a little talking, but I don't want to bore you with my ugly face. So I'll do a little talking while I'm talking about TChalla. So let's do that. Ever since TChalla was introduced in Fantastic Four number 52, he has been a character of necessity. He has always made an impact where he went. Even in his introduction to the Avengers, issue 52, coincidentally, same number issue as Fantastic Four, he made an impact. The Avengers looked like they were what? Dead? And TChalla comes in and makes a difference. That's TChalla. Not Bashinga. Not Wakanda. Not Shuri. Not Casper Cole. TChalla. There is no other Black Panther who equals or even comes close to equaling, well, maybe one or two, but he is that Black Panther. When I say that Black Panther, I mean, when I say Black Panther, what comes to your mind? 9 times out of 10, if I say Black Panther, Shuri isn't the first Black Panther to come to your mind. Bashinga, even though he is the first Black Panther, is not the first Black Panther to come to mind. You know what I mean? Who's went through it like T'Challa's been through it? And even if they have been through it like T'Challa's been through it, how come we don't see anything like this? How come we don't see that kind of damage, that kind of wear and tear on another Black Panther that done been through what T'Challa's been through to prove himself a worthy protector of Wakanda? Doesn't matter what comic, doesn't matter what foe, he rises to meet the challenge. And the issue that we're having now is the movie studio that's putting out Black Panther Wakanda Forever long since made a decision not to recast the character of T'Challa, saying they're doing this because they are honoring the actor who played him. When that actor clearly said on more than one occasion that he wanted the legacy to continue on. I guess there was something lost in the translation of wanting a legacy to continue on. And therefore, they thought that meant we want the legacy of Wakanda to continue, but not necessarily the legacy of T'Challa. And interpreting it as such, decided they're not even going to attempt to put a T'Challa, at least not in this movie, at least not in this phase, you know? And according to them, you're not going to be seeing another T'Challa in the 616 MCU. That could mean a lot of things. Don't care at this point, because you've got Nate Moore coming out and saying things like, it's a mantle, right? It's a mantle. It's a mantle. That's not what we mean when we say mantle, Nate. And then you've got Shuri coming out making a bunch of, I'm sorry, not Shuri, Letitia Wright coming out making a bunch of random statements when she was asked a direct question on the Ripperverse. When she was interviewed, she was asked a direct question. She skirted around that question and gave what sounds like, the PC answer. But that's not what we wanted. We wanted to hear an honest dissertation. And I'm not saying that her dissertation wasn't honest, because in my heart of hearts, I believe she honestly meant what she said, because she's getting paid to say it. I mean, at this point, I don't disagree that there's some issues with the actors and the passing of Chadwick Boseman. If there was an issue with it, why did we continue trying to make this movie? Nobody was rushing you. Nobody said we had to have this movie next month. Nobody said we had to have this movie in a couple of days. So what was the rush? Maybe it's something I am not privy to as a content provider. Maybe it's something I am not privy to because there are things that Disney Studios and Marvel Studios don't want us to know with regard to that Black Panther movie. And I know my homegirl, Grand Madam Tarot, had did a couple of readings, and she says, because I trust her, she says that movie's going to be toast. I don't know if it is or isn't, but I know that there's something that still doesn't 100% ring true about that movie. There's something. I can't place my finger on it, but I don't know if it was all of the delays, because there were lots of delays surrounding this movie. And the actress Letitia Wright herself was one of those delays. During the era of COVID, I'm not supposed to say that word, during the pandemic, there were a lot of people that didn't want to vax. Letitia Wright was one of those people that said, I'm anti-vax, and gave all of these reasons why. This delayed filming, to the point where I believe they were contemplating taking her off of the project. Couldn't afford to lose two of your major players, so they had to work that one out. And so in working that out, the production was able to go on. But we know that the production of Black Panther Wakanda Forever has been riddled with delay after delay after delay after delay. And when they finally got on track and Letitia recovered from her injury, then there was the thing with the bank where Ryan Coogler was mistaken for a bank robber. And then they were attempting to use that as fuel to garner favor for their production. But here's the thing that they need to remember. No, if you're not doing right by your fans, if you're not doing right by the people who helped this production make $1.3 billion, what do you expect to happen? I don't know what it is they expect to happen. Do they expect this movie to magically, mystically be a $1 billion blockbuster? Smart money is betting on not. And then there's the advent of the French market not being in the game to profit from, the Chinese market, a huge blow to their money-making machine, is not in the market. Their China ain't in the equation. That's 100 million right there. You ain't gonna get, and it's like, did people understand the assignment when they said, let's go make this movie? I don't think they did. Because if they understood the assignment, they would have done what they needed to do from the rip. You know what I mean? And And as much as it would have hurt, and as much as it would have been unfamiliar, because I'm pretty sure what they were doing during filming now was unfamiliar to them. You're trying to make a movie. You're trying to make a movie where the king and titular character of the movie, who also happens to be the actor who died before filming of this movie even got started. What kind of mental stress, strain is that putting on the actors? I understand it's putting something on them, but you know, that same question could be asked of Chadwick Boseman's family. So while I don't want to sound indifferent or heartless to the actors, I get it. I get it. Yeah, the filming took like what, 4 or 5 months? So for those 4 or 5 months, well, y'all had a little more than 4 or 5 months because y'all had reshoots and y'all had delays after delay after delay. So it probably didn't take that, as you probably didn't get this one done as quickly as you did the first one. I don't know, and I'm not going to speculate on it, but one thing I do know for sure, something about this movie does not ring true. Something about this movie sounds like there was some behind the scenes deals made, dirty hands were shaken, and they just moved on, regardless of how it looked, regardless of delays, regardless of all the press that this movie got, and was like, what's going on? What's going on? And now, even now that the movie's done, there's still negative press surrounding this movie. I'm going to do myself a favor, like I've been telling y'all for the past 2 years, and not attend a viewing of this movie for money. I don't see the purpose of paying money to see this if you didn't put your best foot forward as a producer, if you didn't put your best foot forward as a director, a writer, or even an actor on this movie. You don't deserve my money. That's how I feel about it. And with all of these delays and all of this negative press, so much of it, I have not seen this much negative press and controversy and conflict surrounding a Marvel movie ever. Name me a Marvel movie that had more controversy and conflict surrounding it than Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I'll wait. I ain't gonna wait too long, no. But this is what I want y'all to remember going into October. 41 days. How do we, as pro recasters, choose to spend that 41 days doing? Drop it in the comments. And as always, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.